Hey everybody, this is Perch. A few of you have mailed me recently saying, why is the audio such trash? And they give me good suggestions like, hey, if you just spend a little bit more time, got a video editor, maybe put a couple hours into it, really refined all the videos, you'd have a really powerful channel. You'd have one of the more powerful, insightful channels out there. And number one, I don't think that's true. I don't view myself as that interesting a thinker or talker. But number two, this is what it is. I appreciate all the people who come along. I mean, at this point, I think I've found my audience, which are people who are willing to kind of, put up with this level of audio quality and conversation, and that's what it is. Um, you know, I that's just what it all is. And I think that I could put more effort into it, but I think the channel would suffer in a weird way as a result because that wouldn't be what I am, what I do. But anyway, um, it's interesting always when I think about where this could go and what it could do. I mean, the simple fact is, for this channel, is I'll run out of things to talk about, and then it will be over. That's kind of where we're headed. It's a new year, and we're moving into things. So anyway, we'll get there. We'll get there. So let's see. What do we got? We got a mail here, a email. It's around AI art. So AI art has been something that continues to be a big topic in a lot of circles. A lot of comic artists get real pissed off about it. There's a lot of kind of hot takes on it. I'm of the opinion that AI art, we're not really seeing where AI art is going to land. It's hard to say. I think there's a lot of additional moments that are going to occur. The problem you have right now with AI is the speed and output and quality, even if you're paying for it, is really not getting anything to where it needs to be. It's the comic still feels soulless. It doesn't feel like it has that level of visual storytelling. I think it will get there. I think it can get better, but I don't think it's an improvement of the technology. I think it's an improvement of the ideas going into AI. But let's read this email and we'll take it from there. It says, Perch, I had hoped that AI-generated content would benefit comic creators, artists, designers, publishers, that AI would help produce high-quality work that would push the industry forward. I watched this video, and I realized that AI-created content will replace comic artists. The threat is a downfall of the comic industry. What do you think? And it goes to this video that talks about AI versus artists, the biggest art heist in history. And it basically talks about, this idea that AI will basically leverage and sample a bunch of high quality artists out there. And then as it gets smarter with the algorithms and with how people, talk to it, and that as people who use it get smarter around the prompts that it gives in order to generate the art, that eventually, the need for an artist will become irrelevant because it's just far, far quicker, far more convenient. The video doesn't make this point, but there's one other aspect to AI art and comic books that I don't hear a lot of people talking about, but it is a truthful one. And for those of you who listen to this channel who are comic artists, this is the part you should be afraid of. It's that comics, if they were to be more successful than they are today, the biggest beneficiary, if you're ignoring the distribution and the money and kind of all those facts, it's the quantity. So one of the areas where manga does very well is that you get chapters every 2 weeks and there's this constant spoon feeding of content. Well, if you're Sean Murphy or you're, Pepe Larraz, it takes a while to draw those pages. If you're doing a really high quality page a day, that's that you're, fully penciled and inked, you're kind of lucky. Well, AI has the ability to do a page every 5 minutes. And the quality isn't there. You're not going to get anywhere close to it. But the speed and the output can win. One of the reasons why this channel has been as successful as it is because there's a video every single day. And I record stuff in advance and, then roll it out. And it's, there other people are spending that time editing the video, making it look high quality and everything else. But they put out like one video every 3 days. I just have a, backlog of like, you know, 500 audio tracks, and I can just roll it out long after I'm dead. And that kind of repetition, that kind of consistency helps. And this is a YouTube channel where, it's up to you whether you want to listen to this shit or not. With comics, because it's sequential storytelling, having a relentless advancement of comics, of content, that is what's going to win the day. That's what's going to, cause these comics to be very successful. So if you're a comic artist, that means a lot of manual labor. It means a lot of effort into putting in a page a day and kind of being on that treadmill. If AI gets more successful or more likely, the technology, it's not that it can render better. It's that the technology gets smarter about the prompts you give it, while simultaneously you get smarter about how to describe things in a way that give you the result you want. Those two things have to come together. And if they do, then I think, AI art starts to get very powerful. Even if it's not as high a quality, the speed at which it can be produced is going to outstrip a lot of other people. Anyway, that's the thing to worry about, to be blunt. I think AI art is, we could look at it a bunch of different ways. Maybe it could be a prompt. Maybe it could help people do page layouts. Maybe there's some positive benefits to it. But the big threat for AI is just, people, we see it in humanity. People are more willing to take subpar content in order to have consistency and speed. Well, AI can deliver consistency and speed. The quality is not where it needs to be, but it's close. And so if that just gets even tweaked a little bit, then people will accept a lower quality product in order for consistency and speed. And that's just the tough part. This is something that is, I think I've had disagreements with people in comics around this topic, and I'm curious what you think. It's, man, this is going to just suck, what I'm about to say. And I apologize for it. It's not a fair analogy. There's a million things wrong with what I'm about to say. But Mark Bagley came into comics, and he, had a run on Spider-Man, and he was not as good as Todd McFarlane, not even close. But what he was able to do is produce comics quicker, more consistently, and have long runs. And he became popular as a result. Now, if I'm looking at Mark Bagley versus like Mike Zeck or Todd or kind of other creators who have come in and done Spider-Man, they're way better. The quality is better. I'd rather wear around a shirt with a Todd McFarlane drawing of Spider-Man than a Mark Bagley version of Spider-Man. Look as a customer, as a comic reader, as a fan, having the same artist on comics for like 3 years straight, look at the Ultimate Spider-Man run with Bendis. I would say that a large part of the success was a single artist drawing that comic very consistently on time for a long period of time. That is a huge benefit. That wins fans. And in this case, it definitely won, Bagley a lot of fans. And, if you look at customers, they're more likely to go for an artist that's able to deliver that promise versus maybe an artist they like better, maybe a higher quality artist, but who's a lot slower. So I think AI starts to look that way. I don't know. I'm not, like I said, I think I do understand the AI is theft kind of argument, and you're not wrong. It's not your artwork. If it's purely cribbing off of, high quality like George Perez and other things, that's, it's not like an original artist doing things. But there's a lot of stuff that's not fair. And I think AI has the possibility to really dominate comics if it can get the quality up just a little bit and then really index on the speed. If it can do those things, that's going to be very threatening. I wish it wasn't, but likely true. Anyway, let me know your thought. What do you think? AI is there a future here? Is there not? please, by the way, I mean, for some of you, it may be like, I hope AI wins because fuck those comic artists. They're a bunch of jerks. Okay. I mean, that's perspective, and you're welcome to it, but it's really not what I'm going for. I'm not talking about AI replacing humans because of bad behavior. I'm talking about AI replacing humans because it's more convenient and faster, and it just becomes more reliable. That, I think, is the threat. But what do you think? Let me know in the comments below. Thank you for the mail, and thanks for listening.